tools, those cloud warehouse tools are the paid tools and those are on the cloud. But if I say on premises, like in the Hadoop ecosystem, so Hive is the data warehouse tool. So we can do data warehousing concept, right? Fact table, dimensions. So I will talk about those. Okay. Any other question anyone has, like who are the new people, right? They want to know anything, so they can ask. Anyone? Okay. So whatever is not for you guys not covered, so I will cover it separately. Okay. So that you don't worry. Okay. Okay. So everyone is able to see my screen. Okay. So yesterday I started basic fundamentals of the Hive. Okay. Just I'm recapping here. Okay. So I started from the Hive architecture, right? So Hive is originally created by the Facebook. Okay. So who is inventor of Hive? So Facebook is like invented. So Facebook is originally created by, oh sorry, Hive is created. Hive is originally created by Facebook. Okay. So Hive is a SQL data warehouse tool, SQL data warehouse tool, and we are storing the data in the Hadoop file system. So Hadoop file system is basically storage part of the Hadoop ecosystem where we are writing data in the files. Okay, and basically Hive is completely, I told, like it's a SQL data warehouse tool. We are writing the tables, right? But underlying the data is stored on the Hadoop file system, and Hadoop file system is a storage for the Hive tables. But Hive is providing an interface as a tabular representation of the data. So Hive is storing actual data in Hadoop file system, and metadata is storing in the metastore DB. So there is a one separate DB, and that is called Derby. So MySQL, Oracle, SQL Server. So we can use other SQL DBs, but by default, Derby is there. This is Apache Derby. And Apache Derby is a very, very small database, like 10 MBs database, just like a 10 MBs database. And it's a very small database, and we can use our Metastore data in this Apache Derby. So generally, what type of information is stored in the Metastore DB, like internal table or external table, column type, column names, right? And the table which where this information is stored, that is called TBLS. The TBLS is the table. Okay, we can connect separately Derby and get the this information. Okay, so sometimes I want to find what are the table. Generally, you can see the DESC command, right? You can see the column types, column names, everything you can see in the uh, actually column names and column data types. So you can use the DESC command. So that can show you, and show create table command that can show you the column names and data types. But in the Metastore DB table you want to see, you have to query the TBLS, right? And Hive has different components. Okay. In the Hive architecture, if I look at, there are the different components are there. So like Hive is having the parser is there, compiler is there, execution engine is there. Okay. And Hive is converting our queries to the MapReduce. So MapReduce at the end, right? MapReduce is basically a Java program code, and which is running in the backend and getting the result from the Hadoop file system and giving it back to the your query. Like wherever you are writing query, there you will get the result. Okay. So these are the main component of the Hive. So we have a different file format data, right? We can map the data like CSV data, JSON data, XML data. So these type of data are called text format data because these are human readable data and not compressed data. But there are some other format of data is there, like Parquet is there, ORC is there, Avro is there. So these are the compressed file format. So if I say the compression level is very higher in ORC, ORC is the optimized row column. Optimized row column. That is the name of the ORC. And Parquet is columnar file format. ORC also columnar file format. Avro is a row-oriented file format. Okay, this is very high level introduction because I will tell more deep, right, detail about this type of file format. How can you create a table of these file format? So you will understand all these things. Okay. And Hive is having another component is the beeline, right? That is a command line tool. Same like Hive CLI is there, like similar to Hive prompt. So we have another shell is there, beeline. So generally companies are giving the access of beeline and it is a thrift server. So sometimes you are connecting from the other different operating system or language, right? So you can use thrift protocol. Okay. So beeline is basically is a command line tool, same like Hive shell. The only difference is here, right? It was based on the role access, like user credential, right? We can access our Hive shell. Okay, we can get the Hive queries. We can run the Hive queries. Okay, so Hive is having the two types of table, internal table and external table. So yesterday I was talking about what is the internal table, what is the external table, right? Internal table is created within a warehouse directory and external table is outside the warehouse directory. Okay, so you are defining the location for the. So when you starting when you say like internal table, you don't specify any external keyword. But when you are defining external keyword, that is basically creating a table with the location, right? So you are saying your table is on this location that is pointing to the this data, right? So this data is the location and the table which is referring the location where the data will be there. So when you query the table, select star count from my table. So you will get the data from the this location. There is a file, you will get the data. So external table is a table like there the location you specify because it's an external keyword is there. If you don't give still the location, your table will be created in the warehouse directory because warehouse is the default directory. Even you are not giving right location, then it will go automatically in the warehouse. And another thing, the main difference between the internal and external is very, very simple. If you drop an internal table, your data and schema both will be deleted. I clearly mentioned here. Schema is your table structure. What is data? Which is the location in the file, right? Location, file location of your data. That is called data. And both will be deleted. But in case of external table, only schema will be deleted, not the data. You can recreate the table because data is already in the same location. So you can recreate the table from the existing data. So external table, the advantage is your data will not be lost. Your data will remain at the same position, right? But still why we have this internal table, we don't have the direct access. So that is the reason it's secure, right? Because we will say, okay, internal table is not secure, right? But generally in the companies, they don't give the access of the internal table. Internal table are more secure and they should be highly based on the like user-based access, right? So table has the user permissions, right? So only specific user or roles, right, can access the table data. Okay. Okay, so now we are going to do some practical of the internal external table. Okay, so I will be showing you the demonstration of the how to create an internal table, how to create an external table. Okay, let's do that. Anyone has any question, doubt regarding in the basic fundamentals of the Hive? Can ask me. So this is Ubuntu, our like our VM, right? And VirtualBox VM. So you guys who are new, they have to they have to install they have to install VirtualBox first. On top of that, we will install the Ubuntu, and then we will install our all the softwares. So we will install Hadoop, we will install Hive, Scoop, Spark, Kafka, Mongo, Cassandra. So we will set up the entire cluster, entire machine, right, with the all the softwares in the Ubuntu VirtualBox, and then we will do the practice. So this is our local environment. But when we will be learning cloud and DevOps, right? So we will be moving to the we will move into the cloud, and then we will do practice on the EC2 instance. Okay. But there is already EMR cluster. So EMR is a ready-made cluster in the Hadoop. Okay. And I will tell the guys who have no AWS account, so create AWS account and you can get the $300 credit. Okay. So I will ping the links to you guys. So take it your $300 credit, keep it safe for for practice for the coming time. So you can be ready for your AWS account. Okay. Okay. So first of all, we should have the Ubuntu desktop, right? Like our Ubuntu, you log in. Okay. So those who have not installed Hadoop and Hive, I will tell the instructions are already described yesterday class. Okay. So you guys have to keep it installed all the Hadoop and Hive for now. Okay. Because we are practicing Hive. So we need Hive and Hadoop both. Okay. So first we need to start the Hadoop service because without Hadoop, you cannot run the Hive. Okay. So, so once Hadoop is start, then we will start the Hive. Anybody installed Hive and he got the problem, right? Anybody?
I got the same problem which you have discussed
But did
last
you
time.
fix it?
Yeah.
Okay. Who told? Amit. Okay. Or anybody else who got the issue and fix it? If anybody needs any help, Amit has already done. Okay, so he will help you. You ping in the group, or you can separately ping him and ask, right? So he can fix it, right? Whoever is getting issue. So it's like it's a team and family. Like you help each other, then you will get more clarity about the concept and installation, right? Debugging, right? So sometimes if you are stuck, so don't wait, right? Like you are going to ask someone. So whoever you get, like you can ask, right? If you don't get any help, right? You think, okay, nobody's helping in the group, right? So you can ask me, but don't wait for the time, right? Okay. Because it's a matter like installation is not a big, very like a difficult task, right? It's just some minutes of things, right? So if you are not able to fix it, maybe this is the first time installation, so you are getting issue and you are not able to get. But already I explained in the video everything. Okay, and I believe, right, if one person has done, so definitely other people can do. Okay, but still you think, okay, video is not also helping you to install, right? And you need immediate help, you can ping me. Okay.
Yeah, everyone, if anyone is having an issue, then you can install any disk or any disk and ping me out. I
Yeah,
can
yeah.
help.
Any desk
Yeah.
can, otherwise, you can use my Zoom. I will give. Okay, like, okay, that's not a problem. There are multiple ways to connect and help each other. Okay. Okay. So here I'm starting the meta store. So actually my service was already running, so it is saying me to stop and start first. So sometimes if you get this message means your services are already running. So always check the JPS command. You don't need to start again. But sometimes you want to stop all.sh, then you can start all after that. Okay. Because this message is means right already services keep running because even my like I log out from my Ubuntu, right? But still my service is running. Okay. Some way. Okay. So you can keep checking by JPS command. So JPS command will be showing you all the Hadoop services, right? So you should make sure, right? Like data node, name node, and secondary name node. These are the three storage services, and the resource manager and node manager. These two are the computing services. Okay. So now Hive shell is started. So first of all, whenever we come to the Hive, so first thing is like we have to create our own database, right? So first we check the existing databases. Okay, so show databases. These are all SQL command. So you are already familiar with the MySQL SQL Server, so you can follow same command. Okay, databases. So it will be showing the list of databases. So what are the databases are there? Default database is there. So if you see the first time, you will get the default only because you have not created any database before, but I have already created, so my database is coming. But in your case, you will see the default if you have not created any database before. So default will come. So default is by default is coming. Okay. And if you want to use any database, so use command is there. And if I want to create a new database, so create command is there, very simple, create database, and I say database is testing. So any name you can keep it, okay? And then you can use command. I think it's a little slow going on. So use, and then I say my database, and then if I want to find, can you find here what is my current database? I can't know, right? Because in which database right now, right? I cannot know. There is a one command, select current underscore database. If you run this command, open close bracket. If you write like this command, you will get what is the current database in the use. So you will come to know, right? You already have in the database. Because when you want to access the table of a particular database, you should be inside the database. You should be use first. Okay. Now you do show tables. So Abhi, right now I have not created any table. So I'm doing show tables and it is showing me no tables because I have not created any table. Okay. Now I'm going to create a internal and external table. Okay. So when I'm creating an internal and external table, right? So this is the Hive interface, right? This is the Hive shell. This is the Hive shell, command line shell. Is it? We call it CLI, command line interface. Okay. So it is an interactive shell, same like a Python or other shells are there. So where you write a command and you get the result immediately, right? So it is a command line shell, CLI, and it is an interactive shell. Okay, now I'm going to create a some table. Okay, and I want to do experiment with the internal and external table. We already discussed, right? Internal table, the data and schema will be deleted, but in case of external table, the data and schema will not be deleted. Okay. So just I'm taking a one syntax. Okay, create table syntax. So create table, like I'm going to create a table test 1 2 3 4 and id is integer, name is a string type. So this is the basic syntax you already seen, right? But here if you see something different, row format delimited, field terminated by comma. So we are assuming it like suppose my data is a comma delimited in the file. Okay, my comma delimited there or dollar delimited is there or maybe pipe delimited is there. So whatever type of file you have, you will give the field terminated by. Row format delimited means every line is considered as a separate line. Every row by row data will be considered as a row format delimited. So this syntax, this is the internal table. I'm not giving any location. I'm going to create this table. So first of all, this table, where will it be created? In which database it will go? If I'm not giving the database name, like database name dot table name, I'm giving directly table name. So where it will go? It will go to the same database where I'm right now in database. So you are in the testing, right? So if I'm going to create this table, create table, and after that, I do show tables. So show tables I do, I will find test 1, 2, 3, 4 is created. How can I know this is an internal table or external table? Because I know, right? Because I have not given any external keyword. So this is the internal table, right? So external table have the external keyword and internal table doesn't have the keyword. But there is a way I can find if it is going to the warehouse directory, it's an internal table. So I want to check its location. Okay. So there is a show create table command to see the table, create table syntax. I want to see the create table syntax. show create table. So I'm saying create table, table name, and show, I'm saying show me create table syntax. If I click this, if I write this, I'm getting a same syntax, create table. But you see here some additional row format, Saturday, right? This added, right? Okay, so that is added by the right hive internally. Okay, so this is the by default. I told like text format type of text input format is there because it's a human readable file, and field delimited character is a comma, right? So this show create table command is showing me create table syntax, and it is telling me the location of my table is testing.db is my database name, and there is a one table folder is created. And this table folder, is there any data is there? No, because I have just created table. So when I see select start from test 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I will find, okay, maybe in this location data is already present. So test 1, 2, 3, 4 location. Okay, because I already created last time table, but table was not deleted. Table was, but I data is on the same location is present. So if the data is present, then it will be creating with the same name. So let me do one thing. I just create a completely different name so we can test. So sometimes we don't need to load the data manually. If the data is on the same location is present, automatically data will be associated with the table. So my data was already there in this folder, table folder is there, warehouse, everything was there. Okay. And when I created table with the same schema, exactly the data is mapped. Okay. Now I'm going to create another second table, and this table I took the different name. So definitely the table folder name will be different, right? So table name
So
folder.
Arpit, I
uh,
have a doubt here. So if we create the table, like if it on the table already existing, then it won't give us an error that the table is already
See,
exist
the
because for the
table is
DB,
deleted. Actually, last time I created like internal table, and for the like, okay, maybe I created a external table. Okay, I told you now sometimes external table, if you are not giving the location, it will go to the warehouse, right? The same
yes.
tree structure. And suppose I deleted that table, but still the location is still present there, right? The location is not deleted, right? So in future,
Mm-hmm.
I created internal table. Now that table is mapped to the same location, and the data was already there. Okay. Now you check with this. Okay. This is the new table, and I'm assuming this test underscore one. Let's see show create table first. Show create table and test underscore one. This is the new location, right? Now we see the data there or not. How to check a Hadoop command here? That is a one more good thing here. You don't need to go to the dollar. You don't need to go to the terminal, dollar terminal. You don't need to go directly. You can use here exclamation mark and paste your command, and you paste Hadoop FSLS. So whatever your Hadoop command is there, just use that command, same command, but use exclamation mark. If you don't use it, because Hive will not understand. Hive will understand this exclamation is your Hadoop command. Even Linux command also you can run. Just you write only ls, exclamation ls, it will be showing you current directory. Like wherever you started Hive, see, this is showing me the list of, so in my present, where I started my Hive shell, this is my home folder. There, this all files are there. So this is the Linux command, right? Okay. So Linux command also you can run, or Hadoop command also you can run. Okay. Okay. Let's run again. So Hadoop FS, I'm doing the my test underscore one directory. So I'm doing the ls command. I'm checking some file is there or not. So it should be empty, right? Because there is no data loaded. There is no data loaded. So generally you run the Hadoop command, you get the similar way, right? Like you are checking, right? But this is through Hive it is running. So this is some logs are coming, okay? But ultimately output will be the your Hadoop file system output, okay? Because we are running a Hadoop file system command. Even any command you can run, any command you can run. Okay. So did you find anything it came? No, right? It is empty, right? Now I do select star from test underscore one. It is empty, right? Because the previously there was no data. I have not loaded data. Okay, this is a completely new table. So there was a coincidence for that table, right? I told you, right? I created an external table without location. It went to the Hadoop warehouse directory and I deleted table. So data will remain there. I already discussed about that, right? So next time I created internal table, so that data is mapped to the table. Okay. So now the question comes, okay, now how I should populate this table, right? So there are two ways to populate the data in this table. One is the file, the data you have in the file, put it in this location. If you put Hadoop command to put in this location, you will see your data is populated in the table. That is the one way. Second way is Hadoop Hive provide load data local in path command. So first we will do that command, load data local in path. Okay. And my location is some location where my data is there. So I will hive test3. So I have already one directory. So I will create a one file for my data. So I have the file I will create. So this is my sample data, right? So I'm just taking this data and I create a file cat internal.txt. So internal.txt is not there, right? So I create this file and this is a way, right? Cat command get greater than, then you can create a new file or VI editor you can use or nano editor you can do. So these are the different editors. So this is the data control D. Now my cat internal.txt file is created. So my file is on this location, internal.txt. Now I want to find the location of this. So this location is my home Arvind hive test3 and internal.txt. So I will give the same location here slash home slash my username slash hive test3 slash internal.txt. Okay. And then single quote, it will close. Okay. So internal.txt, actually, this is .txt is not coming. Internal.txt. Okay. And into table and table name. What is my table? Test underscore one. Okay. Okay. How fast the data is writing? Because it is not doing any validation. That is the reason Hive is called schema on read. Hive is checking the validation of the schema at the time of select table. Okay. If your schema is not validating, it is not even giving error. It is giving you the null values. Okay. So that is a specialty, right? You are not taking much time to write the data into Hive table. You are not able to take 50,000 record, 100,000 record, very seconds, right? Within seconds, you will upload it. But same thing if you are trying to do in the RDMS database table like SQL DBs, right? So you will take lot of time because they are validating schema at the time of writing the record in the table, inserting record. Okay, so that is the reason RDMS databases are called schema on write and Hive is called schema on read. This is very important question. People ask, right, which database is schema on read and which database is schema on write. So you have to say Hive is a schema on read and the RDMS databases are schema on write. So you will see why it is so faster. The reason behind this, because it is not checking anything at all. It is just dumping data. It is dumping data. It is not checking. So that is the reason if you do 100,000 records, it will not take much time. Okay. So now if you do check the table, so how many values are there in the sample file? Three, right? Three record. So 101 RAM, 102 test, 103 test one. So we should get the data of two columns and three rows. Are we getting the data? Right? Okay, now we will do one experiment. We will delete this table. Okay, we have to check now what happens when we delete internal table, drop internal table, what will happen? Okay, so drop drop. So when you are doing drop table and test underscore one. So it's very simple command. It is dropping the table. Okay. Now, first we verify the table schema. We verify. Okay. Our table is gone or not. So select star from test underscore one. So I will see table not found. Okay. So schema is gone, right? Now I will verify data is gone or not. So I will run same Hadoop fs command, Hadoop fs minus ls, and my, not this one. This one is the data is there because we loaded data from here. So what is the warehouse directory? I will check this one. So this location, because if the data is deleted, definitely the table folder also deleted. Okay. So it will say test underscore one not found because this directory is not exist because the data is inside the test underscore one and that is deleted and table folder also deleted because there is no point to keep it table name folder. There is no point. But if I see just one label up, this folder is there because this is a database folder. This will not gone. Okay. So this has so many other different um, tables, right? Folders are there. Okay. So one thing we found, like internal table is like when we are dropping a table, our data and schema both are dropped. Okay. Now we create again table. We create again an internal table. And this time we will load the data by putting the file. Okay. So last time we did the load data local path command. So this time I will be so where is my file? My file in this location. So I will be, what I will do, abhi right now this table will be empty. Again it created. The empty folder is created, but data is still not there. Okay. If I say select select start from test one. So this is a new table. So definitely the data is not there because last time table we deleted along with data. Okay. So now we are using Hadoop fs minus put command because we already seen this command, right? How to write the data into table. So I know my target location is my table folder. And where is my file? So my file location is, I know my file is slash home slash my source location slash hive test 3. And there is a internal.txt. Internal.txt. And which location I want to write the data? I have to write on the warehouse directory. So warehouse directory, my table folder. So simply I'm copying the file. Okay, I'm just putting the file on the location. So this is my testing.db slash my table folder name is a test underscore one. Okay, so I have to put the file inside this location. Okay. Okay, it is successfully done, no error. Now I just do select command. Can you see the data? So these are the two ways. One is you can copy the data directly on the file location, table location. Okay, or you can use a load data local command. So load data local path command, there are the two variation. So this load data local path, when you are this one, suppose your data is not in the local file system. Suppose you say this path is my Hadoop path. Hadoop to Hadoop you are copying because this table directory is in the Hadoop, right? This table directory, warehouse directory is in Hadoop, right? So, and when you are copying the data from Hadoop to Hadoop, so don't give local keyword because if you are trying the local keyword and Hadoop path you are giving, it will not find. So there is a synchronization is there. Whenever you are using local keyword, path should be local. And when you are giving a Hadoop path, should not use local keyword. Okay, so don't use local, right? If I'm trying this one, it will be saying this will not be fine because it is searching this should be a Hadoop path. Okay, but this is not a Hadoop path. This is a local path. That is the reason it's saying invalid path, right? So always remember whenever you are using like your Hadoop file system path, use in path and give proper Hadoop path. Hadoop path means some Hadoop location, right? Whatever location you created, you give that location. Is it clear, everyone? Okay. Hmm. Okay, so this is clear. This internal table, right? This is very important thing, right? The understand the practical scenario. Okay. Now, next thing is we are going to create a external table, right? So far, we have seen the internal table and it is created in the warehouse directory. Okay. Okay. So if I'm going to create an external table, so I told in the same table command, you can put external and then you can give the warehouse directory. You can give the external location. So this is all I have done practical. Okay, so you can see the command and you can do the practical. I have everything I shown here. So create external table and I'm giving a location table data. Okay, might be this table location is there, so I'm changing it to _1. Okay, so this directory location, it's not necessary you should create before. Okay. Anything you can give it automatically, it will create the directory location on Hadoop. This is a Hadoop location, the external location. So when you are giving a create external table, so instead of data is going to the warehouse, right now go to this location. Okay. The process of load data or putting the file that will be remain same. It is not changed for external table. Okay. So that part is same completely. Only internal and external difference is the external when I drop the table, you will see data will not be removed. Okay. So let's see, I'm creating a one external table. I will change to name. Okay, so that it should not be there. So I'm creating a one external table. So other things I'm not changing at all. I'm not changing the row format, delimited, field terminated by extra location I added. So if I want to check this location, how to check? Hadoop fs minus ls, and I say table data _1. This is directory in the root. And this directory, if I say there is no data, because this is a new directory I created. So if I put it my file in this directory, so my will table will be populated. So same thing I will do here. Hadoop fs minus put. Okay. And my file is in the my /home/ my username hive test3, and there is a file I'm using same. It doesn't matter because the data field types are same, right? So I can use the same file name internal.txt, and I'm just keeping it the location table and exactly the same name you give because it's not It's a case sensitive. So data underscore one. So I'm keeping it the file in the location in the table folder location. So this is I'm trying second way, right? Okay. So after this, I will select command I will use. So you cannot create a two table with the same name. If it is an internal or one is external, it's not possible. Okay. So table name is a table name. So you can have a different table name. Okay. So now I do select start from test underscore 1 2. Okay. See, I'm populating my table and show create table command I can see the complete table, create table syntax. So I can see show create table and I can see location is my table data underscore one. This is the Hadoop directory. Got it? So now I'm able to see my table is created. Now I'm able to see my data also. Now we do experiment of dropping table, drop table, and I say test underscore 1 2. I drop the table. Now I do first select command. So I'm saying table not found. Obviously it will come because the schema is deleted, but I will see my data is deleted or not. So Hadoop fs minus ls, I will do table data one. So table data one, I will table data one. Slash so still the file is there. If I say Hadoop fs cat command, so cat command, for checking the content of the file, Hadoop fs minus cat. And if I do the cat command, so I can see the same content of the data, because I put it the same file. If you see the file name also, internal.txt, it just copied. So even though you use a load data command or use put, both are the same thing, right? They are copy pasting the file. So I'm checking the content of the file. Okay, so it's the same content, but still table is not there. So we will do the same create table syntax and we will reassociate our data with the table and then we will get back our table data. So I just do this and now I do select. So now my table is gone. Okay. So this is clear. And another way is Hadoop FS load data local path command also we can use for external table. Okay, so let me create one more table and then we will do for that load data local path command. So test 1 2 1. I change it to here. So this is a new table. Okay. And I will use, so remember the command, right? Like load data local in path, because it is from the local file system in the single code slash home slash username hive test3 slash internal dot txt into table and the table name test. Okay, so now I do select start from test underscore 121. Can you see one thing here? Whenever you are loading data, it is by default in which mode it is going. It is append mode. Suppose if this load data local command I will run second time also. So what do you think? Like total 3 records should come or 6 record will come?
6 records. It will come.
Because it is by default going in the append mode. Append mode is not a harmful, right? Because append is just adding the record, so you will not lose the data. So that is the reason they kept it. Append is a default mode. Now if I do select star from table, so I will see my data is double, right? Because second time, because there is no primary key, right? Hive is not having any primary key. So there is no violation of the data constraint. So duplicate things is there. That is a separate issue, and that we have to like write some queries like dense rank or some window number, right? Row number, right? So we have to do group by. So that way we have to fix the issue. But if I talk about when I'm doing the multiple time load, it is always append mode is default mode. But suppose I say I want to override deliberately whatever my new new file is there. I'm assuming it, whatever this load data command I'm doing, this is my new file and it is my updated data. And I want only 3 record. Can you tell me what I can do here?
Right.
So override, just remember where you have to write override, okay? Because if you don't put it in the right place, it will give you the syntax error, okay? So override you will use here. Now, if I do select command, I will see only 3 record because override. Whatever is there, it will be overridden, okay? So this clause you remember, right? Append is the default. You don't need to write append because it is by default is there. But override you have to do manually, right? You have to write it over it. Okay. So
Can we
any
have
other question? Hmm?
can we have a primary key?
What? Hmm?
I said, can we define a primary key in create?
Permanent.
Primary key, primary
Oh,
key.
primary key is no. Here is not primary key. Yeah.
No, but can we have one if you want?
If it is not there, right? So we cannot do one, right?
I
See,
don't know, but it cannot create a database with primary key in Hive.
I believe it's not there. See, high purpose is not for OLTP. Okay, so first we should know the difference of OLTP and OLAP. So we have OLTP's databases are like SQL Server, Oracle. There we maintain the transactional data, day-to-day data we are writing, and transactional data, right? So we should have the unique data, right? Okay, so there is a maintain the primary key. But OLAP data is like a historical data, right? So some data is like
Okay.
a same record like different values of the row is keep updating, right? So I need to maintain history. That is the reason it is called OLAP, online analytical processing. So always remember, right? See, data warehousing is like you are storing data, you are not using for, you can write even the transactional data is not a problem, right? It's not a worry, right? It's not a issue. But main purpose of the warehouse is to store data, right, in the tabular form, and you can do historical analytics you can do. So Hadoop is meant for online analytical processing, right? If you want to do online transaction processing data, you can use HBase, right? HBase they have given, right? And even HBase also not primary key, but there is a row key concept is there, row key. So row key is basically a ID row, identify the unique row, okay? But there is also history maintains. See why these all Hadoop component maintaining the history version, because we are doing analytics. Hadoop we are not using for like OLTPs, right? Because we have already so many databases, right? Why we need for those, right? In the so Hadoop is providing OLAP operations, right? So Hive is okay. So history, right? We want to maintain the history. Okay. So there is a SCD type 1, type 2, type 3, like SCD. Even update delete operations are there. We can do update delete, but primary key is not unique. Okay.
Got
There
it.
is no primary key. Okay. Any other question? So next topic is a very important topic, and because that is a very, very important topic, partitioning. Okay. And partitioning is 100% asked question in the interviews. Like out of 10, like 9 interviews, the partition question will be there for high. Okay. So partitioning, we will see that why we need partitioning first, because we already have data right in the table, but partition is a special way to reduce the table scanning. So if my table has 100,000 record and you have to just get only one record, particular ID. So would you like to scan 100,000 record? No, right? So in that case, the partitioning comes in picture, right? So we divide the data into partitions, and like in the partition table, I will show you how to create a partition table, how to load the data into partition table. So whatever command you are using, internal, external table, similar command will go to the partitions also. Only thing is here in the last, the partition clause will come, the partition and partition column. Okay. So let's see tomorrow. Okay. This one, and be just do the installation and do practice on this command. Okay. So I will prepare a one text document with all the this whatever command I run, so you can follow the syntax, right? So initially, if you are not able to write syntax manually, try it out, understand syntax, and you can copy paste it also. But I say, like, if you keep making it habit, even the create table syntax, right? So I didn't write it manually, but I'm saying if you keep it habit of writing syntax, right? So it will be giving you good practice, right? Sometimes anybody's asking you to write syntax on the fly. So you can write the syntax. Okay. Okay. Thanks everyone. Thank you.
Thank
Okay.
you, Arvind.
I'll cover.
So generally